Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something that, well, it can feel pretty overwhelming. Handling calls from debt collectors.
Yeah, it really can be.
And we want to give you a key tool, really understanding why and maybe how recording those calls can basically protect you.
Absolutely. I mean, let's be real. Some collectors use tactics that are aggressive, maybe even a bit shady.
Definitely seen that.
So having a clear record, something undeniable, it can be your strongest defense sometimes.
Okay, but hold on. Before we get into why you'd record, we absolutely have to talk about the legal side. This is, like, super important.
For sure, yeah.
Recording laws are different everywhere. State by state, you've got to know if you're in a one-party consent state.
You need to know you're recording.
Right. Or if you're in a two-party or all-party consent state.
Which means everyone on the call has to agree. Explicitly.
And this isn't optional, folks. You must check your specific state's law. Seriously.
Yeah, recording illegally could backfire badly. Put you in legal trouble. And nobody wants that.
So, honestly, the safest bet, just ask. Right at the start of the call, say, hey, is it okay if I record this conversation?
And make sure you record them saying yes. Get that permission on tape.
Okay, great advice. So, assuming you can legally record or you get permission, why bother? What's the big benefit?
Well, the number one reason. Evidence. Pure and simple.
Evidence of what, though?
Evidence if they do something illegal. Imagine a collector threatens you with arrest, totally against the rules, by the way.
All right.
Or maybe they lie about how much you owe. That recording is solid proof. Proof of misconduct.
Exactly. And there's that federal law, the FDCPA, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act.
Yep, that's the one.
It lays out exactly what collectors can and cannot legally do. Like, they can't harass you, call you at all hours.
And if they break those rules, your recording is gold if you need to file a complaint, say, with the CFPB, or even if you have to take legal action.
Yeah, makes sense. So illegal stuff is one big reason. What else?
Accuracy. Think about it. These calls are stressful. You might feel cornered, anxious.
Yeah, definitely.
And when you're stressed, it's so easy to miss details or misremember what was said. What payment plan did you agree to? What was the exact amount? Who did you even talk to?
Right. Trying to remember it all later, especially after a tense call.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to forget stuff, get it wrong.
Exactly. A recording lets you go back, listen calmly, check the details, make sure everything is clear. It prevents misunderstandings down the line.
Okay, practical tip time. If you are recording legally, how should you manage those files?
Good question. Be organized. Label everything clearly. Date, time.
Collector's name, agency.
Absolutely. Collector name, agency name, and maybe just a quick note like discussed payment plan or disputed amount.
Makes sense. That way, if you need to find a specific call later, it's easy.
It'll save you a huge headache, trust me.
Okay, but what about the flip side? What if you're in a state where you can't record without their okay, and maybe they won't give it? Are you just stuck?
No, not at all. You still have options. The key then becomes taking really, really detailed notes.
Okay. So like old school pen and paper or typing it up?
Whatever works for you. But do it immediately after the call or even during if you can manage without getting flustered.
What should you write down?
Everything. Date, time, be precise, who you spoke to, get their name and the company name, and then summarize the conversation thoroughly. Any numbers mentioned, agreements made, threats, promises, write it all down.
So while it might not be audio proof.
Right. It's not quite the same in a legal fight, perhaps.
It's still creating a record. Documentation of what happened and when.
Precisely. It's valuable. It helps you track things, spot inconsistencies if their story changes later. It's still a form of protection.
So really this whole conversation boils down to taking control, doesn't it?
That's exactly it. It's about empowering you. Dealing with debt collectors shouldn't feel like you're completely powerless.
Yeah, it shouldn't be David versus Goliath.
Right. By knowing your rights recording laws, the FDCPA, and documenting everything, whether it's audio or written notes, you level the playing field. You put yourself back in control.
So the big takeaway seems clear. First, know your local laws on recording. No excuses.
And negotiable.
And second, whether you record or not, document every single interaction.
That's the strategy. Be meticulous.
Okay, so as we wrap up, maybe something for our listeners to think about.
Yeah, definitely. How can you take this information and, proactively use it? Not just if a collector calls tomorrow, but thinking ahead about your financial well-being.
Good point. And maybe think about who else in your life could benefit from knowing this. A friend, family member.
Exactly. It's valuable knowledge to share. Just some Food for thought on taking charge when dealing with debt.
If this podcast helped you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep making these videos. Thanks for watching.